Hi, this is Shaheedah Hill, the Real Realtor, getting you over the hill to home ownership. Today I want to talk about how much you should spend or you should budget for your mortgage payment. There are multiple rules of thumb out there, and I'm going to tell you 4 of them. I'm also going to tell you how much the average mortgage payment is per 100,000. And I'm giving you 2 ways that I'm finding that people are saving on their mortgage payment, 2 creative ways. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel for new videos like this every week. And if you have a question, please put it in the comments. So let's get right into it. So the number 1, these are all the rules of thumb, and this is very different from what the bank will approve you for. So if you haven't seen my video on how to calculate your DTI, your debt to income ratio, to see exactly what the bank is looking at when they're trying to qualify you for the loan, watch that. Today I want to talk about what's good financially, a good amount for you to spend for your monthly mortgage payment. So the first rule of thumb is the one I think is most popular. This is the one that I use. It is 25% of your take-home pay. So you wouldn't want to go over 25% of your take-home pay. So if you're making $4,000 that you take home, not your gross income, but you take $4,000 home, you wouldn't want to spend more than $1,000 on your mortgage payment. And remember, when the bank or the mortgage company is approving you, they look at everything on gross pay, not net pay. But we know in actuality what we're actually taking home, what we actually have to spend. That's why I think 25% of your take-home pay is a good rule of thumb that gives you enough room so you have money for your bills, to pay off any debt that you may still have, anything that's going on with your family. You have time to save for retirement. Being house poor is something that people use is because too much of their income is going toward housing. So 25% is a very conservative number. As long as you don't spend over that, you should be fine to reach the rest of your financial goals. So 25% of your take-home pay. Another rule of thumb that people like to use is 4 times your annual salary. So 4 times your annual salary. So if you are making $25,000 a year, you would spend no more than $100,000 on a house. Okay, so 4 times your annual salary. If you are making $50,000 a year, you would spend no more than $200,000 on your house. Number 3 is whatever the bank qualifies you for, you want to back that up about 10%. So if the bank was to qualify you for $200,000, 10% of that is $20,000. So you wouldn't spend more than $180,000 as far as borrowing, no more than $180,000. When I was teaching, my husband's a teacher. When we were teaching, we were pre-qualified for $275,000. And I knew that we shouldn't go over, doing our budget, I was saying we really shouldn't go over $225,000 because at the time we had 2 children in daycare. And so, parents, daycare is like a mortgage payment within itself. So they were pretty young. I think we were spending at some point maybe $1,300 in daycare expenses. So $1,300 to $1,400. It went down as they got older, but when they're only a year apart. So when they were both really young, daycare was a mortgage payment. So I knew I didn't want us to go up to the $275,000. We were more comfortable at the $225,000 as far as a monthly mortgage payment. Just because the mortgage company pre-qualifies you for an amount does not mean you need to spend that amount. You always can back that up. You qualify for that as your max, but anything lower than that you also qualify for. The last one, and this is from Dave Ramsey. I know I have a lot of Dave Ramsey fans. He's also 25%, but on a 15-year loan. So 25% of your take-home pay on a 15-year loan. So it allows you to cut your mortgage time in half if you do a 15-year loan versus a 30-year loan. So if you're considering a 15-year loan, just have the mortgage company during your pre-qualification quote you at a 15-year loan and quote you at a 30-year loan. 15-year loan interest rates are lower than 30-year loans. So that's why it's really not double. Your interest rate will go down, your payment will be higher, but you'll be paid off, that house will be paid off in half the time. So that's why a lot of people look at 15-year loans as a way to go. But if that increase in payment will stop you from doing retirement savings, paying off debt, then you probably want to do the 30-year loan. So just check your options all the time. So let's talk about how you calculate what your mortgage payment is probably going to be. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I always talk about bank rate mortgage calculator. So if you use the bank rate mortgage calculator, you can put in your interest rate, you can put in how much the house costs, your down payment amount, and then it will give you what your anticipated mortgage payment will be, an estimate of it. The only thing that they don't include is PMI. So if you're going to be paying PMI, private mortgage insurance, because you didn't put enough down, depending on your loan type, it doesn't include that. Your taxes, it estimates your taxes, but your taxes will vary based on where you live. And then it doesn't put in HOA payment. So if you're in a subdivision that requires an HOA, that's not going to be there either. But it's going to give you a general idea of what your mortgage payment is going to be. You can get a very accurate estimate from a lender. The lender can give you an estimate based on where you are, how much your budget is. So if you know you want to spend $150,000 and live in Dallas, Texas, then they can give you a very accurate estimate as to what your mortgage payment will be. But if you're just trying to figure it out on your own for right now, use one of the bank rate mortgage calculators. It'll be in the description. So using the bank rate mortgage calculator, a $100,000 property would be about $603 per month. A $200,000 property would be about $1,113 per month. And a $300,000 property will be $1,624 per month. And I didn't go any higher than that, but you can go as high as you need to go to estimate. You also can estimate a 30-year loan or a 15-year loan to see what your payments would be. So that's what you should, one of those rules of thumb is what you should use to calculate how much you should actually spend budget-wise on your house so you're not house poor, where too much of your money is going toward your housing. So 2 ways that I'm finding that people are saving on their mortgage payment. Number 1, an FHA loan allows you to buy a multi-family property. So for example, if you wanted to get a duplex, and normally that's considered an investment and the down payment might be 15% or 20%. But if you're going to live in one side of the duplex, then you can still get an owner occupancy FHA loan. So, and that's going to still be 3.5%. You could live on one side and you could rent out the other side. So that will give you, that person could be paying your mortgage payment or a portion of your mortgage payment because you're getting that rental income as well. So if you're interested in that, when you get pre-qualified, ask if that's an option for you to do an owner-occupied duplex or triplex. You can't go more than 4 units, but again, you have to live in one of the units that you're going to buy in order to be approved for an FHA loan. Number 2 is intergenerational living. Two of my closings in 2020 were intergenerational, meaning the family bought the property. So whether it was parents and their children, grandparents and grandchildren living in the house together. All of these properties had basements. They had 3 levels. And the basement was finished. So they had some space and people could live without being on top of each other, but it allowed everybody to kind of help one another. When you have younger children, you help them around the house. Everybody's helping with the down payment, the monthly payment, the mortgage payment. That is becoming a lot very popular right now with home buying, where you have intergenerational families living together. It could be that everybody just helping one another. It could be that some of your older relatives, your grandparents need help. They need somebody younger there to help assist them because they can no longer live by themselves, but they wind up helping with the income or with the qualification for the home. So that's something else to consider. I know a lot of people don't want to live with their family, but if you have a situation where it makes sense, then you could really save on your mortgage payment every month by having multiple people chip in on that mortgage payment. So I just wanted to talk to you about the rules of thumb, how you can estimate what your mortgage payment is going to be. Please like and subscribe to my channel for new videos like this every week.